They've seen it all here, and that perhaps adds to the anxiety. Intensive care staff at Northwick Park Hospital in North London are back in the COVID epicentre. With 29 critically ill patients to look after, they're edging closer to the hell they were in last March.
Some of them haven't yet needed ventilation. We're hoping to avoid that. Some are improving, and unfortunately some of them are very young.
It's not just the patients the matron is concerned about, but staffing too. In this bay, there was just one intensive care nurse. The others had been drafted in from different areas of the hospital.
So the biggest challenge is our staff. There's only a finite number of critical care nurses available to us. Yes, it is bad. What's good about this?
You're worried now?
Yeah, of course I'm worried. I'm worried for everybody. I'm worried for the general public, and I'm worried for my team and myself.
You wouldn't know it though. There's no lack of care or compassion here. Mr. Mohammed reaches out to thank the nurse by his side. He's been here for 5 days and it's been hard going.
How are you? You're okay?
I'm very bad.
He wanted to talk further, but his oxygen mask made it too difficult. Others were simply too sick to try. Staff have dealt with this number of patients before, but they're now increasing and at an all too familiar rate.
This is now coming at us with a speed and ferocity we haven't seen since March and April. So very large numbers coming into the hospital, over 400 patients on the wards within our trust, in the two acute hospitals. But we are worried. I mean, 2 weeks' time, these numbers are showing no signs of falling at the moment. So I think it's going to come under increasing strain, and we'll be finding more and more ways to cope. So we have plans, but we're having to activate plans that we haven't had to use since right in the early days of spring.
Time for a lockdown?
Yes.
There are so many patients here in intensive care now. They are having to expand and create more bed capacity, and this whole area will become a red zone. They haven't done that since April, a real sign, I think, that things are now getting critical.
By tomorrow, this ICU will have double the number of beds for COVID patients. They hope they won't run out, but plans are in place if indeed they do.
I think we're prepared for the next 2 weeks. I don't feel as though we're not in control of things. I think if anything we are, and I think we've got a better way of managing it. And I think the main thing for me is that we are now communicating with other organisations so we can share the workload. So if we do come under pressure, we have got colleagues who can help support us.
By that you mean other hospitals can take your patients?
Yes.
No one here wants to transfer patients to other hospitals, but in London alone their numbers have increased by nearly 70% in just 10 days. With cases so high, there is no doubt that will go up and staff may not have a choice. Emily Morgan, News at 10 at Northwick Park in London.